Some people try to listen to the bottom of a bottle. Some people try to listen to a needle in their arm. Some people try to listen to the money in their pocket. Some people try to listen to another's arms. You and I are not that different. We got a void and we're just trying to fill it up with something that'll give just a little peace. All we want is a hand to reach to, open arms and say I love you. We give anything to hear the voice of the Savior. Some people try to find it with blind ambition. Some people try to find it where no one else has gone. Some people try to find it in the crowns of victory. Some people get defeated and lose the strength to carry on. You and I are not that different. We got a void and we're just trying to fill it up with something that'll give just a little peace. All we want is a hand to reach to, open arms and say I love you. We give anything to hear the voice of the Savior. Some people try to find it in the shadow of a steeple. Some people try to find it in the back row pew. Some people try to find it in the arms of Jesus. That's where I found it. How about you? You and I are not that different. We got a void and we're just trying to fill it up with something that'll give just a little peace. All we want is a hand to reach to, open up and say I love you. We give anything to hear the voice of the Savior.
Gospel 88.7 WEHA. It's more than music. It's ministry.
Port Republic, Atlantic City, and now on FM translator 100.3 W262CF, Atlantic City, Pleasantville. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily those of WEHA, Gospel 88.7 and 100.3 FM. We Have Gospel, Spread the Gospel Inc., or any of its sponsors. WEHA is a listener-supported radio station. To make a donation, call 609-641-8870. Visit our headquarters at 3 Canal Drive, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, 08234, or log on to our website, wehavegospel.com.
We have gospel.
Oh,
If you just tuned in, you're listening to In the Community with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon and First Lady Parrish, right here on your two-time Stellar Award-winning gospel radio station, WEHA Gospel, 88.7, 100.3 FM. We have gospel. This broadcast has been brought to you by the Hawks family businesses who have been serving our community for 40 years, over 40 years. And Beacon Hall, turning moments into memories. And certainly if you're looking for a place to go, if you're looking for a venue to have a special event, Beacon Hall is the place you want to go. And you can call them Monday through Friday at 609-641-8870 between 9 and 4 and extension 2. All right, we got a few things. I have a few things that I would like to announce. First, I would like to let everyone know, in case you don't know, regretfully, the passing of Bishop Timothy Telefarrow, who passed away on this week. The services are not, the family will be coming out with updated information concerning the services, but we certainly want to pray for the Telefarrow family and also his church, Christ Gospel. We want to pray for them. Also, Mary Seamus, Sister Seamus, she was the beloved former principal of Atlantic City's Our Star of the Sea. She passed away on Friday, and we're certainly praying for all those who knew her. She was not just a principal, but she was very involved in the community. And certainly her legacy will live on. We're coming to the close of Black History celebration for this month, but Black History is 365 days a year. I just thought I would say that. All right. Thought I would say that. And so just continue to appreciate the cultures, not just our culture, but everyone else's culture. The 2026, the Patricia E. Moore Women's Ministry of the New Mount Calvary Church presents Women's Ministry Conference, Women Faithfully Waiting on God. Reverend Ramosa Davis from the Christ Baptist Church of Burlington, New Jersey is the speaker. Reverend Rochelle Hines. These three ministries, Barbara, Delaware, and Evangelist Ruby Moselle from Bethlehem Baptist Church of Newtonville, New Jersey. And this is going to be next Saturday, March the 7th from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Registration check-in is at 9. Registration donation is $30. It includes a conference, continental breakfast, materials, and lunch. You can register online. And they do have a Cash App. For more information, you can call 609-476-3671. All right, and they have very, very good conferences, and I'm sure if you're able to go, you will not be disappointed going to the conference. All right, now what else? Everybody remember that the time will be going forward, springing forward next week. And so it'll go up for an hour, which means I got to go to bed a little earlier to make up for that 1 hour's sleep is what I have to do. So don't forget to, on next Sunday, the 8th, that the time will be going springing forward. So we're going to lose an hour of sleep. Oh, my goodness. All right. Also, Bishop Luke Witherspoon Sr. and First Lady Juanita Witherspoon annual prayer breakfast, and that's going to be Saturday, March the 21st, 26th, 9:30 a.m. The doors open at 8:30 a.m. Our guest preacher will be Pastor Maurice Jackson. He will be the guest preacher. The musical guests will be D. Morton and Gifted and Little Sammy and the Flying Clouds. The tickets are $65. And it's going to be held at the Golden Nugget Hotel, Casino, and Marina. That's 600 Huron Avenue in Atlantic City, New Jersey. So for more information, you can call Marcus Witherspoon at 609-457-7675. All right, what else? Just have a few more things that I don't want you to forget. There is going to be, get ready, Connecting the Dots Annual College Expo Trip. You can text 609-705-4016. And the bus will be leaving from Atlantic City, and they're going to take you to meet colleges, learn about admissions and scholarships, take the next step forward toward your future. And I understand this is an outstanding event that you want to go to, and it's all sponsored, so I think it's a good idea for kids to go and get a kind of idea about colleges and things of that nature. All right, a few more announcements. The New Jersey Dr. Martin Luther King MLK Scholarship Essay Competition is still open. The deadline is March 16th at 12 o'clock p.m. They have 10 $5,000 scholarships will be offered to New Jersey high school seniors. All right, and I do have this on my Facebook page, because you have to go and download the application. Okay, and that is www.nj.gov/state/MLK. All right, .shtml. So you want to go in there, because $5,000 can really make a difference. The Atlantic City Alumni Chapter Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, they're doing $1,000 scholarship award. The application criteria: the applicant must be graduating from high school. The applicant must reside in Atlantic or Cape May County. Applicant must attend or enroll as a full-time student in a college or university in the fall of the graduating year. The application deadline is April the 17th, 2026. All right. And the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Sigma Omega Omega Chapter Legacy of Pearls Foundation Incorporated, they're having scholarships. Now, there's been open all month, and the last day is tomorrow. But if you're able to go on www.legacyofpearls.org, you just never know. All right, and fill out for the application. Also, applications are open for summer 2026 DC and New Jersey internships. Internships applications for the summer 2026 session from June 1st to August the 14th are now open. You can gain experience in our New Jersey and DC offices. You can apply by Friday, March the 20th. And you can learn more by going to Senator Andy Kim's information. So I wanted to make sure that I put that out. All right, I think that's about all that I have to announce today. I don't think that I'm missing anything. And I just also want to say that the celebration of life for Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson has been just phenomenal. I haven't been able to watch all of it, but what I was able to see, I was glad to see. I know he's going to his home state on Monday in South Carolina, and he's going to be laying in state in South Carolina at the Capitol. What a wonderful honor. You do something, and he done a whole lot. All right, so certainly again our prayers is with his family and to everyone that knew him. And everybody can't be a Reverend Jesse Jackson, but everybody can do something. And whatever you can do, as Michelle Obama say, just do it. Just do it. Whatever you can do, just do it. All right. I'm so excited to have as our guest today Miss Cynthia Torres, and she's going to be representing. Let me get all my little notes here on my phone. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for standing in the gap. I really appreciate that on today. And just in case people do not know who you are, I want you to say something about yourself.
Hi, I am basically stepping in for Frank Kuhn, who's the executive director of the Atlanta County Workforce Board. I am the assistant director at the County Development Board. So, Fran every now and then gets a long weekend, and we got to give it to him and let him enjoy his time with his grandkids. He's watching his grandkids play basketball today, so he asked me to step in, and here I am to speak about all the upcoming and events that we've had at the Atlanta County Workforce Board and what we have to offer to our community.
All right, and I appreciate you stepping in. I've seen you in passing, but yes. I appreciate that you are stepping in on today. So we're going to get right into our discussion, and we want to talk about employment opportunities. I understand there's going to be a health fair coming up.
Oh, that health fair.
I mean, not a health fair, a job fair. I got health in my mind.
So we did, and that's one of the where, I'm sorry. We had a major job fair yesterday, and this is the importance of the community keeping an eye out for what we post on our Atlanta County Workforce Office of Workforce Development Facebook page, because we had a job fair yesterday, and the job fair initially started as a layoff diversion for those who were laid off through Wyndham, through our tolls, plazas, and it only started off with just that community, and then we realized we needed to expand it. We had 11 employers there yesterday.
Oh, wow.
We did initially have 230 people register for the event, but we had 365 people actually walk in yesterday. So I know the casinos, the specific casinos, Caesar saw 250 people yesterday. Borgata saw 100. Ocean saw 174. And that's just to mention those three sites. We had 8 other sites there that also got a chance to interview and meet with the 365 people that came through our door yesterday. So while I do not have a current job fair newly listed, a lot of the employers that were there yesterday loved what we did yesterday and want to do it again. So the biggest thing, I would love y'all to just keep an eye on our Facebook page for a variety of different events. Now, there is one specifically for educators that's going to be on March 6th at the EHT High School from 1 to 3. And that I just posted that today on our Facebook page. So there's a QR code there for those who are looking into the education field, and it could be even possibly substitutes. So definitely take a look at that and see and look at the details on that. But EHT High School will be hosting that. Now, on March 6th.
What is the Facebook page? Because sometimes I'm saying One Stop, sometimes I'm saying Workforce Development. What Atlanta County Workforce Development? What is the work?
It is, and I'm going to pull it up on my screen so I say it accurately. It is the Atlantic County Office of Workforce Development.
All right, so I'm going to add that to what I'm doing to make sure that I'm on top of everything as well. So I can also keep all of that information on my Facebook page. And I'm glad that the the laid off toll workers were able to, hopefully they were able to get something. And it probably wasn't sudden, but it seemed like it was sudden because by the time you heard about it, it was like January 4th, you know.
And on our side, we already kind of knew. We already knew. Anytime an employer is laying off, doing mass layoffs, there is an alert and a notice that has to go to the Department of Labor. And so the Department of Labor always has these layoff diversionary programs to at least transition them into different jobs, help them transition into different jobs for any kind of mass layoff events like that. Or and the unemployment office to assist them with processing of their unemployment claims. So it is, they have a process. It is definitely up to the companies by law to notify the Department of Labor so that they can assist them through the process of assisting people to get jobs.
Absolutely. Sometimes you don't miss something until you don't have it, and I think all my life the toll workers have been there.
Yeah.
All my life. If I didn't have change, I knew I could go in and go to the right and get. Sometimes you don't miss stuff until you don't have it.
Right.
You know, and I said,
I always remember the Summers Point toll that you always had to have cash there, and then I was like, why isn't somebody here? And you just know to grab the little envelope so that you can pay it eventually, but yeah, you miss the toll worker in those kind of instances when you're doing that cash.
Everybody's job is important. So, you know, and you don't know again until they're not there. So if you don't have Easy Pass, I suggest that you get it. All right, so that'll help you out. And it's not on every toll, because the parkways still have toll workers.
Parkway, do they?
Yes.
I haven't. I've been on the Parkway, but I've always been a Easy Pass person. So, because I like to keep it moving.
Right.
And so I have not seen that. They might be slowly transitioning them out then.
Right, but they're still there. Okay, it was just the Atlantic City Expressway toll workers, which was Atlantic City and the Egg Harbor toll that are no longer there. But I kind of did hear about that in the wind, but it's still not like it happening. Now, the summer youth applications, we want to talk about that.
And everybody's so excited about this program. Last year, we had over 300 students participate, and many of them were able to keep jobs after the fact. And so I have to say, we did apply to the state. The state has still not officially awarded us our funding. That doesn't mean we won't get it. They just told us, we'll notify you in time to start and notify everybody in April. That's what the last information that we got. My goal is that as soon as I hear, I will notify again. Keep an eye at that Facebook page. Keep an eye on the county, Atlantic County government website to look for the announcement. I'll probably, if I know before April, I will not make the announcement officially until after April 1st, because we are not going to be taking any applications before April 15th.
Okay, so no one has to get worried about that. Your youth or your child or grandchild working, because they're not taking applications right now, and it probably won't happen until after the Governor Mikey Sherrill gives her budget address, because it was changed.
Well, that's part of the concern is that
right.
Last year there was a larger budget for the summer youth program for the state. This year they definitely cut it, and so if we get our full funding, we're basically taking 1/4 of the funding for the state for that program. So I'm not sure if we will be awarded our full budget, so we may not be able to run a program as large and as extensive as last year, which was over 300 kids. It may be scaled down quite a bit this year, depending on what the award is. So keep an eye out for those announcements.
Keep an eye out for the announcements. All right, so I think that we'll hear about that very soon, and I'm going to keep my eye open. Because if you're not on social media, you are really out of the loop. You're really truly out of the loop, and a lot of people don't want to really talk about that, but it's true.
Yes, and while Atlantic County, our office is not on the fun social media apps like TikTok or Instagram, at the very least we're on Facebook, which is, consistent information.
Yeah, they said that's
in the sense from us.
Well, they say that's for the older people. So I guess I'm in that crowd of the older people, Most of the young people are on other things, but if you're not on social media, you need to try to attempt to get on there. So that's the way the news is coming out now. That's how you know everything. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to move right along and talk about occupational training. All right, and what is available?
So our office offers grants towards occupational training for careers that are in demand. And there is a counselor that's going to walk you through those steps. But it does have to be a career that's in demand in our area, because the goal is to find you sustainable employment within the area of where you live, at least within the state of where you live. So every Tuesday at 8:45, we host on the first floor of our office in Pleasantville a orientation about the services that are offered in our office. That includes that orientation that speaks about how do you get those grants? How can you apply and get the $5,000 grant towards job training and the training schools, and how do you get set up with that? And it is depending on the type of career that you work with, we are always trying to work with businesses in our area so that the people that are working towards their training have employment opportunities at the end. And so those are always some of our goals that we want to attempt and continue to work on each year.
Now, it's important that you are on time for the training. Mm-hmm. All right. I believe it starts at 9.
We tell people 8:45 because some of those orientations get packed. They really do. They get packed. Now, we do have a virtual one that requires you to register almost a week in advance for that event, and that's Wednesdays. But again, if I always say, if you can make it in person to that orientation, you'll get a lot of feedback and information, and you can ask a lot of questions there.
And I basically brought that up because it's good for you to have these information and where people can come. But if it starts at 9, first of all, if you get there at 9, you're already late. So it's good to be there at 8:45, because at 9:05 the door's shut. Okay, and so you won't have to wait until the next time, because you're going to miss all of the information that you need. So it's very important. Now, do you do that once a week or twice a week?
We do the in-person orientation once a week. That's the Tuesdays at 8:45. You walk in. You don't have to pre-register or anything like that. You just walk in and say, "Hey, I'm here for the orientation." They'll walk you into the classroom. Now, the other one, the virtual one, please forgive me, I can't remember what time that is on Wednesday, but that requires you to call into the office and get registered for that a week in advance before the Wednesday.
Do you have the number for them to call?
They can call our office first, and I use the 609-485-0052. And more than likely, they're going to direct you to the person that's our operator, and they'll direct you to the person that's going to do the registration.
And what I did really like about the youth, well, we're on occupational right now. We're on occupational. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They really do a lot of, there's some demand, and especially in the medical field.
Huge expansion in the medical field and healthcare field. There's so many people that are going into that field, and there's so many opportunities. I was driving down in Galloway, and I saw another Atlantic Care building going up. So that just tells me that there's just more opportunities out there in the healthcare field if you're looking into that field. And it doesn't always have to be specifically medical. There's other opportunities within the healthcare buildings that could be HR related. They could be maintenance related. They could be a variety of different things. So when you think of big entities like Atlantic Care, take a look either way at what kind of employments they're offering, because it's not just always medical. However, Do they need medical assistance? Yes, they're always in need of medical assistance. They do have their own training programs in some cases to upskill their current staff. So it's a place to look into and really research as to what they offer. I heard recently that Virtual was hiring as well for medical assistance. And we've connected with a variety of different rehab facilities, and we've been working with our own Meadowview nursing home to staff them with the people that come through our doors. And that has been successful, and they've been providing training through our connections as well in the Meadowview.
Thank you. Now, what everybody wants to know, we got a few minutes to talk about this, and we may have to go back to it after the break, is SNAP.
Yes, there's a lot going on with SNAP. It's a lot going on with SNAP. There's two different entities of SNAP that we are currently focusing on in our office, which is those who are work required to participate and those who we call ABOD, which is able-bodied without dependents. And that's another population of people that are required to participate in work activities. And that has been a project that we've been extensively working on and preparing for.
Now, when I talked to Fran a month or two ago about this, Atlantic Cape Community College was trying to do something to help assist. How's that going?
So we were able to create the contract to develop that, and so they are going to be partnering with us in the sense of we'll be sending referrals to them for people who require a level of work activity. As many of you know, under the new bill, they require you to participate in work activity for 80 hours a month if you are under that ABOD population or work required population. And that could take a variety of different forms. It doesn't have to be strict 20 hours a week. It doesn't have to be, but it does have to be equivalent to 80 hours a month. And so that's what we've been gearing up for. We've been working with ACC to get them to say, hey, take some of the people that are not participating in volunteer activities, that are not currently working enough hours to meet the required exemptions that are required to be in an activity or need more refined employable skills. And so ACCC has agreed to do this for us and assist us with this process.
Now, I want to know, since it's almost where you want it, but it's not quite there yet, how are you tracking? Will people be penalized? Because this was supposed to take effect originally in February, then they moved it back to November, December. So
they did.
So will people be penalized because there's no tracking system? How does that work?
So we do have timesheets. We are going to be collecting timesheets and communicating with our multiple partners, whoever is also participating, be it through our volunteer sites or through our training centers or through our own tutoring labs. We are going to make sure that we are tracking their activities. But as far as being penalized, we did receive word that there was that the extended time for not participating was extended until the end of January 31st. So we are now looking, this is the first month where we are supposed to be getting those referrals for people to go into activities. Right. And we are concerned about what we call those countable months. So if a person receives countable months with 0 hours within a year, they can lose their benefits. And so that's what we're trying to avoid at this point in time.
Let's keep it locked. We're ready for a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Professor J.
You know why I like listening to gospel on the radio? It's easy. You turn it on, turn up the volume, and you have gospel.
Listening in the car is cool, I guess, but I'm more into listening from my computer. I just type in the website, and I have gospel.
So whether you listen to gospel on the radio, on 88.7 FM WEHA,
or on your computer on www.wehavegospel.com,
we have gospel.
So check out our new website, wehavegospel.com.
What are all the things you witness online in a day? Cats playing piano, selfies on your feed, your friend's picture being turned into a nasty meme that's been shared 50 times, 51, 52. When someone's being bullied online, it's hard to know what to do. Now you can speak up with the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org.
A name that has been trusted for almost
Council.
30 years in the janitorial services industry is proud to present Hawks Professional Moving Services. Fully insured, local and long distance, packing services, commercial and residential. No job too small or too large. Friendly and reliable services. For more information or a free estimate, 609-484-0452. Hawks Professional Moving Services, where we treat your belongings like our own.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Adopt U.S. Kids.
Tune into In the Community with Thelma Witherspoon, Saturdays 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Gospel 88.7 FM. If you just tuned in, you're listening to In the Community with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon and First Lady Parrish right here on your two-time Stellar Award-winning gospel radio station, WEHA Gospel 88.7, 100.3 FM. We have gospel. This broadcast has been brought to you by the Hawks family businesses who have been serving our community for over 40 years, and Beacon Hall, turning moments into memories. And certainly if you're looking for a venue to have an event, Beacon Hall is the place that you would like to go. And for more information, you can call Monday through Friday beginning at 9 a.m. at 609-641-8870. All right, and we are welcoming, I have to go to my page. I'm a little off this morning. Don't ask me why I'm off. I don't know why I'm off. Because what I normally do is give a shout out to those who are listening to us on social media, and I did not have that page up, but I'm getting ready to pull it up right now and to see who's tuned in to us today and give a little shout out to everybody that is listening. Well, I don't have any. Yes, I do. Good morning, Deborah Dozier and First Lady Parrish, and to your guests tuning in always. Your dedication to spreading the love of faith, hope, and joy is truly inspiring. Blessings to WEHA Gospel Station and station, always a listener pleasure. Thank you, Dr. Russell Oatman. Peace, blessings, and joy to the both this morning, Dr. Witherspoon and First Lady Parrish. Judith Chamberlain Walton, Grand Rising, everyone. Carolyn Barksdale, good morning, Dr. Witherspoon, Lady Parrish. To your guests and listeners, thanks for this information. And everybody doesn't always say anything. You know, you're listening, but you don't always say anything. But we do appreciate that you're listening and to our information and the things that we want to share to the community, to make sure that the community is aware. And although Fran is not here, he sent a good representative. He's been coming on our show for about 3 years now. Mm-hmm. 3 years, every Saturday. If it's not him, most of the time it's either Rodney Fink, and this time we have Miss Cynthia Torres, and she's representing Atlantic County Workforce and Development. So we're very, very excited that you were able to come on today. And when we left, we were talking about ABOP and SNAP and all of those things. So because they extended it to the end of January, February is going to be when it starts counting.
Right, correct. And that's where we're really, we've already been accepting referrals. We've already our office in Atlantic City, who's responsible for screening and processing anybody who, and assessing whether or not they are exempt from work activity or required to participate. They are the ones that are sending us the referrals for anybody who needs to meet the requirements so that they don't lose their benefits. They have been doing it now for the past month and a half. They have not. So they have not paused in that process because we know there is a time restraint, and last thing we want to do is have people not receive their benefits as they need them.
All right.
And especially if they're exempt, we want to make sure that they are documented accurately so that they don't lose their benefits.
And they would have to contact...
They are going to be getting outreached as their benefits are set for recertification. So if you are in that recertification time frame, just understand that screening is going to be very important, that you provide as much information as you can to let them know whether or not, so that you can clarify whether or not you are exempt or non-exempt, so that we can process you and put you in the right areas for you to continue getting your benefits.
Don't miss your appointment.
Pretty much. And it's a phone session in that case. The first session is a phone session. Now in our office, we're going to want to see you in person.
Right.
But that session from Atlantic City, that's a phone session.
So there's no excuse, all right? Stop what you're doing for a few minutes so you can keep everything in place where you need it to be. Now, there's some upcoming events, and we want our listening audience to know about that.
So there is so we have our tabling Tuesdays, as you guys know. Every Tuesday in our office on the first floor in the Pleasantville office at the One Stop. On March 3rd, we have Bayada.
Okay.
Representatives of Bayada, they will be there to tell you what services they have to offer through them. They may even, if they have any job openings, they may be able to tell you then at that point as well. On March 10th, we have Rowan College of South Jersey. The 17th, Aetna will be there. Again, health services, so they're going to probably be letting you know health information, what kind of services they provide through Aetna. 24th is Atlantic Cape Community College. And again, they're a huge partner of ours. So they have a variety of different services along with apprentice programs, training programs, along with their regular college stuff, but then they also have scholarships or grants that you can use towards going to school. So check out the 24th is Atlantic Cape, and on the 31st we have at Vanzar that will be present. And again, that's another agency that has a lot of community services that they can provide. And they're going to be there on the 31st of March, so that's the whole month of March.
The whole month of March. And do you have anything coming up for veterans?
So there is an event on April 30th with the casino recruitment event that is focusing on veterans and other interested in casino jobs. It is through the Casino Control Commission, and it's going to be located in Atlantic City. I believe Fran might have included the flyer to you. If not, I'll make sure you get that. I'll also be posting it on our Facebook as soon as I have it in my possession.
What about Justice Involved? They changed the names, because so it's taken me a while to get used to the new terminology. But people who have a record, they now call it Justice Involved. All right.
Justice Involved. So I do not have a list of events currently in front of me. I know that Rodney is always looking for expungement events, and we will post those events in our Facebook. We also in our office have somebody that can write bonding letters for you, so that way it kind of ensures your employer and gives your employer an extra incentive to hire you if you have a background. It makes it if if an employer is looking to hire and is a second chance employer, they may be looking for that letter, that bonding letter. So that is offered in our office on the first floor through the state. And that's, I will be posting any expungement events that we may be having. And I'm trying to think of the other one that we may have.
Okay, well that's good. You will post it. I just wanted, because sometimes when we're talking about things, I have to try to make it inclusive.
Yes.
Of the justice involved, the veteran, the laid off toll worker, everybody, Wyndham that shut down,
Absolutely.
all of that.
Absolutely, and that was that job fair yesterday. The focus was to all so it was initially sent to all the veterans and to all the people that were laid off through the tolls and Wyndham. And then they were like, yeah, let's expand it to everybody. So, because we had so many employers that were really out there trying to provide enough, that wanted to participate in the program and help people get jobs.
And this was all held at the One Stop.
This was all held at the One Stop right there. And between our floor on the second floor and the first floor, we placed the different employers in different rooms, and people were able to go into each of the rooms and meet with the employers and get an information session about what to expect, what to do. Some were interviewed, resumes were handed out. So it was a full day event yesterday, and I was happy to see so many people come out and actually get a chance to really talk to these employers.
Well, it sounds like it was very successful.
All right. Keep an eye out, because our goal is to do this again.
Okay. I want to know, who are you helping on a regular basis?
Anyone that's in search of jobs, anyone that's in search of increasing their employability skills, anyone that says, I'm not sure what I want to do when I grow up, and they may be in their 40s. And still saying that, what do you do for them? Well, we provide assessments. I'm not sure. So let's sit down and let's do youth science and assess what your abilities are and where you probably should be best at and what you probably should avoid. There's that opportunity if you're unsure. If you need that high school diploma, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you are over 16 at this point and you did not get your high school diploma, we are helping those people to get their high school diploma. We have tutoring labs. We have multiple tutoring labs. So we work with ACC for those, that population that has a very low basic skills, low literacy. And then we have our lab that works specifically with 6th grade and above kind of level, and help them get that high school diploma. Our office is a testing site for the high school equivalency, and so we know the importance of that high school diploma. And I remember sitting down with a customer, and her employer wanted to promote her to a medical assistant or a LPN, and she was an excellent CNA, but unfortunately she did not have her high school diploma, and her employer could not promote her.
Wow.
And she was stuck, and so hence the importance of, even no matter at what point in time, getting that high school diploma. So people seeking education and people seeking ways to improve their way of life through employment and education. That's who we want to help. It doesn't matter who you are.
And that's key, and I'm glad that you gave that example, because most employers now require at least a high school education or something equivalent to it.
Absolutely.
So if you don't have it, it's never too late for you to go back. And if you're a senior citizen, you can even go to college for free at ACC.
Absolutely.
You can go for free.
And depending on your income, so there's different things. There is, and I call it HESA, and it's higher education, something that was done through the the Department of Labor through New Jersey, and there are opportunities there within that. It's HESSA, I want to say. And they have a ton of opportunities, grant opportunities and funding opportunities to be able to go to college for free, to pay back your loans, to, at the very least, a grant for training, some sort of specialized training. So there's also that opportunity on that side. And I know that through ACC, they do have, they can also connect you when you talk to their financial office. They can also connect you to getting that, being eligible for that free education, not just for the senior citizens, but also for people that just have the lower income status.
But the One Stop does have something where you can go to prepare for your GED or high school equivalent.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's free.
That is free. That is free. We do have vouchers as well, so there is eligibility criteria built into that, but we do provide vouchers for the cost of the testing.
All right. Now you have to, if you fail that test, do you have to pay for the second test?
So there, and again, the retest is, I want to say the retest is $10 for each section.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not as bad as you would think. I think you get, under the vouchers, believe you get one more test under the voucher, an additional retest. I think you get it. There is a limited amount. There is stipulations, but you do get retest opportunities within the initial voucher.
Okay. I like the fact that you all are trying to have a volunteer component.
With the SNAP ABOD population?
Yes.
So there is a volunteer component. We are working with one site that already has a volunteer structure, and they already work with our SNAP population, and that is the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. They have a great structure for volunteer programs, and they already are speaking and prepping the SNAP population that comes in through their doors, and already telling them, hey, this is what to expect. This is what you should be doing. This is what you need to do. This is how you need to communicate what you are already accomplishing, so that it's counted towards the volunteer hours. So they are already assisting that SNAP population extensively, much more than I even knew. I recently found this out in a meeting, and they were just already just putting their feet on the ground, basically, to get everybody ready and prepared so that they don't lose their benefits.
Absolutely. And if you are a church or a community-based organization and would like to be a part of this volunteer list, would they contact you or the One Stop, or how does that work?
That would be a contact to the One Stop. Mostly Fran is working with, and again, it would probably be Fran working with Atlantic County ACCCC to get that set up, because ACC, once they're connected with ACCC, they're going to be responsible for tracking the participation in the activity and the volunteer hours once they're connected there with the college. And so ACC will be probably working more extensively with the volunteer sites. But reaching out with Fran, getting things started there, wouldn't be a bad start.
It sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Now we want to talk about the business connections, because in the past, businesses have participated with the One Stop. So
Absolutely.
I would like an update on that.
And this is good. I always like to get them started through the summer program sometimes, because that's the easiest way. But if we don't have the summer program, or you don't get a chance to participate with our summer program, we have year-round services that what we call our job development unit is responsible for. And they, you have the opportunity as a small business, as a business in general, to get reimbursed for hosting and hiring people through our office that meet the criteria of eligibility through our office, through on-the-job training. So you hire somebody, you feel they can be a lead, a supervisor at one point, or they need specific job skills to do the job. So maybe they just finished a HVAC training, but they don't have the hands-on training specifically. So you hire them on through our office. You get reimbursed 50% up to the max of $10,000 for hiring that person through the time frame up to 6 months. So 50% of their salary each week, as long as they're full-time and a permanent employee. They can't displace another employee within your office. So you bring them on, you want to give them additional training. So basically what we're trying to do is basically assist you with the training cost of hiring somebody.
Right.
Bringing on somebody that you never know how they're going to work out is always like, ooh, I hope they're a good employee. You know, you bring them on with hopes and dreams that they're going to work out. And sometimes it doesn't. And then you're out that money that you put out for that training. This on our side of the house, by you participating in our on-the-job training program, when you hire somebody, of course you interview them, everything, you hire them. We process the contract, and then you submit the pay stubs to us, and we reimburse at 50% of each of the pay stubs for up to the max, again, of $10,000. And again, hopefully that person becomes a stellar employee.
Right. That's good.
And in the moments that it doesn't, then you kind of are like, at least I wasn't out the full dollar amount, because that does hurt. Then there's also the transitional jobs. These are people that are justice involved, that have a less than stellar employment history. So because we know that you're taking on a person that is a higher risk of hire, in the sense of you're not sure if they're going to work out. Again, the goal is to keep them. It's a permanent position. No less than 20 hours a week in this case, but we reimburse you at 100% for up to the first $6,000.
Okay.
Now, this person and this transitional jobs person, we prefer that you do more of a care plan with that person, that you treat them with more kindness, in the sense of, building them up to stay, and having a little bit more tender hand, because they do have a less than stellar employment history. And so the goal is for you to build their employability skills up while they're working with you. But again, that's why we reimburse at 100%. And again, there's also the tax incentives. So if you hire somebody that's of any specific population that's receiving benefits, that's veterans, that's and there's a whole list. So those are a few that I can remember off the top of my head. But there is a tax incentive that you can also take part in by hiring people that fit that criteria.
That's huge.
That's
huge.
Yeah, and the tax incentives can be up to $9,000 per person.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah. People don't always know that, and so and I tell people, anytime you're processing those I-9s and an 8850 pops up, that's telling you this person meets the criteria, and that's the tax form you would fill out. So throwing that out there.
Yeah, well, that's good information. So if you have a business and you need some tax incentives, being a part of this program will be it's a tremendous help. Now, I just want to ask this question, because sometimes people know about let me say this. Justice involved, they get reimbursed 100%, or is it still 50%?
So depending on so if it's on the job training, that's a 50%.
Right.
If it's transitional jobs program, then that's at 100%.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, and the max is $6,000 for the 6 months.
Right. So now after the 6 months, are they required to keep them, or are they going to let them go?
So the transitional jobs, if they are a good employee and you kept them that long, we hope you keep them. That's a success story, and that's what we want to hear. On the job training, the goal of both of those is that you keep them. If your goal is to bring somebody on for transitional jobs and you don't have a full goal of keeping them, then you need to provide a transitional skills and help transition them to another career or another job. Your goal is probably to, now I did have an agency that would do this. They would bring somebody in as a transitional jobs person, but they would build their skills and then they would help them specifically find the job and the career that they want. And that was a good way of, okay, I'm a nonprofit, I can't hold on to this person,
right,
but I want to build people up. And so that's what they would do. That was Mud Girls was that site, and they would build them up, and then they would specifically place them at different sites and assist them with job placements.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good. All right, well, our time is almost up. I did see something about the Chamber of Commerce. Are you the One Stop connected with them?
We work with the Chamber of Commerce quite a bit. We do go to the events. They actually do present at our board. We do have representation from them with our board. So they are a huge part of what we do every single day.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, we are members of the chamber.
All right, and if you have a business and you want to grow, I think you need to be a part of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so that's a good thing. What would you like to leave Cynthia Torres, Ms. Torres, with our listening audience?
There are a lot of services out there that a lot of people are not taking advantage of and actually are familiar with. And I'm hoping that this is just another day that I was able to bring that information out there of the services and opportunities that are offered in our office. From our state side that offers DVRS, job matching, veteran services, and it's not just unemployment, to our office that provides business services, such as announcing the jobs that they have available in their businesses. We can do that on our Facebook, including them in our job fairs. And then on-the-job training and work-based learning and apprenticeship opportunities are all offered through our office. Not just the occupational training, but also there's the high school diploma and youth services for those youth, just like in Youth Corps for 16 to 25 who do not have a high school diploma and want to get their high school diploma. So there is a lot to offer in our office, and I'm hoping that I was able to showcase that today.
You did an excellent job in showcasing that. And thank you for taking out the time of your busy schedule to step in for Fran today and to bring information to our listening audience today. And hopefully, if you're out there listening, this show is on Facebook. You can go back and listen to it on my Facebook page or on the radio, WEH Spread the Gospel, WEHA Gospel Radio. You can go back on there and re-listen to the show to get any information that you need. So thank you so much again, Ms. Torres, for being a part of our show on today. And I look forward to working with you again.
Thank you for letting me join you.
All right. Keep those dials locked to WEHA. We'll see you on next week.